Hey everyone! Imagine this, you're digging through your pocket change, looking for a quarter for the vending machine, and boom, you spot an old penny. You think, it's just a penny. But what if that tiny copper coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million? Yeah, that's not a typo. Today, we're talking about the 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, and trust me, you're going to want to check your coin jar after this video. Years ago, I was sorting through a jar of pennies, hoping to find something valuable. I wasn't an expert, just a guy who liked the idea of hidden treasure. My friend was watching me, rolling his eyes like, dude, it's just a bunch of pennies. But fast forward to today, and I'm here telling you that a single penny from 1978 can be worth over $1 million. Who's rolling their eyes now? So, how do you know if you have one of these golden, copper tickets? And what makes it so special? Stick with me, because I'm breaking it all down in the easiest, most entertaining way possible. Alright, let's start with the basics. If you flip over a 1978 Lincoln penny, you'll see the familiar profile of Honest Abe. But here's the key, there's no mint mark under the date. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia in 1978 wouldn't have a mint mark anyway, so what makes this one worth more than your average couch cushion find? Some of these 1978 pennies were struck with a special planchet. That's the blank piece of metal used to make a coin. Certain rare versions were accidentally struck on a different metal composition, making them unique. If your 1978 penny looks like it just left the mint, shiny, no scratches, and in near perfect condition, coin collectors will pay big bucks for it. One pristine specimen recently sold at auction for over $1.1 million. Serious collectors love rare coins, and the 1978 no mint mark penny has become a must-have for those willing to drop serious cash on it. How to check if you have a valuable 1978 penny? So, you're probably itching to dig through your change right now, right? Here's how to check if your 1978 penny is special. Make sure there's no little d, Denver, or s, San Francisco, under the date. Some rare errors were made on the wrong metal planchet, so weigh your penny. A standard penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If it's lighter or heavier, it could be a rare error coin. If your penny is bright and crisp with sharp details, get it graded. The better the condition, the higher the value. Where to sell your rare penny? Okay, so let's say you hit the jackpot and find a what now? Don't just trade it in for another soda. Here's what to do next: send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and condition. Sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay are great for selling rare coins. Reach out to collectors. Some serious coin collectors are willing to pay top dollar directly. Alright, so what did we learn today? That your loose change could be worth way more than you think. The 1978 no mint Mark Lincoln penny is just one example of hidden treasure floating around in our pockets every day. So next time you get a penny in your change, don't just toss it aside to check it. And hey, if you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because I'm always bringing you the latest on valuable coins, hidden treasures, and smart money-making strategies. Who knows? The next coin I talk about might be sitting in your piggy bank right now. Now go check your pennies, and if you find a rare one, don't forget to let me know in the comments. See you in the next video. Hey there, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and people who just love a good story. Imagine this, you're digging through your loose change, maybe at a gas station or while cleaning out your car, and you come across a simple, everyday penny. No big deal, right? Just another 1-cent piece that's barely worth, a cent. But what if I told you that one of these pennies, a 2014 D Lincoln penny, could be worth a staggering $1.2 million? That's right. $1 million penny could be hiding in plain sight, just waiting for the right person to recognize its true value. So, grab your coin jars, check your couch cushions, and stick around, because today, we're diving deep into what makes this particular penny so incredibly valuable. And trust me, you won't want to miss this, because if you're lucky, you could be sitting on a life-changing discovery. Alright, let's break it down. What makes the 2014 D Lincoln penny so special? After all, billions of pennies are minted every year. What's different about this one? The 2014 Lincoln penny, like all pennies since 1909, features the legendary Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, that's the fancy term for head side, and the Union shield on the reverse, the tail side. This particular design replaced the old Lincoln Memorial design back in 2010, and while most of these pennies are worth, a penny, a rare few have skyrocketed in value. Now, the D mint mark means it was minted in Denver, and Denver usually produces a ton of pennies. So, why is this one so valuable? There are a couple of key factors that can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Some 2014 D pennies have errors that make them extremely rare. We're talking about things like double dies, where parts of the coin's design appear doubled, off-center strikes, or even planchet errors, which means the blank coin wasn't properly made before it was struck. If you spot one of these errors, congratulations, you might just be looking at a gold mine. Coin collectors, or numismatists if we're being fancy, are obsessed with condition. A 2014 D penny in perfect, MS70, mint state, condition is nearly impossible to find. And that's exactly why it's worth so much, because only a handful exist in flawless condition. Some pennies were mistakenly struck on the wrong metal composition, like an experimental copper-nickel blend instead of the usual zinc-coated copper. If you have one of these, jackpot. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A guy I know, let's call him Dave, was just like you, casually scrolling through YouTube, watching videos about rare coins. One day, he decided to check his pocket change. He nearly threw away a 2014 D penny because, well, it looked like every other penny. But then he took a closer look. It had an odd, almost ghostly doubling on the date. Turns out, it was a double die error. He got it graded, and boom, he sold it for $14,000 at an auction. Not bad for something he almost spent on a pack of gum, alright. Now that you're officially curious, here's what you should do: use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Yeah, that tiny little eye thing that makes you look super professional. Check the date, mint mark, and the edges for any oddities. If your penny looks shiny, uncirculated, and basically brand new, do not spend it. You might be holding a fortune. A normal 2014 D penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, you might have a rare variant. If you think you've got a winner, send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify it, and trust me, serious collectors won't touch a coin unless it's been officially graded. That pennies aren't just pocket change, they could be a hidden fortune. The 2014 D Lincoln penny is proof that even the most common-looking coins can be worth a life-changing amount of money if you know what to look for. Go check your coins. Seriously, after this video, dig through your piggy bank, your car's cup holder, or that junk drawer in your kitchen. You never know, you could be sitting on a $1.2 million jackpot without even realizing it. And if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to subscribe. I've got more crazy stories, insider tips, and strategies to help you turn everyday pocket change into serious cash. Hit that like button, leave a comment if you think you've found a rare coin, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Have you ever picked up a penny and thought, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you that a 2008 D Lincoln penny, yes, the one sitting in your couch cushions, could be worth a whopping $1.3 million? Yep, you heard that right. A single penny, worth more than a mansion, a luxury sports car, or even a lifetime supply of coffee. And now, before you go frantically checking every penny in your pocket, sit back, relax, and let's dive into why this tiny copper coin is making some lucky collectors ridiculously rich. And trust me, you'll want to stick around because I'll also share a personal story about how I almost missed out on a valuable penny myself. So, what's so special about the 2008 D Lincoln penny? Well, it's all about errors, rarity, and of course, collectors willing to pay big bucks for them. First, let's talk about errors. Some of the most valuable coins in history owe their price tags to tiny mistakes at the US Mint. And this 2008 D penny is no exception. The ones fetching millions usually have one or more of these errors. This means Abraham Lincoln's face or the date appears slightly doubled. If Honest Abe is looking a little blurry, congratulations, you might be holding a jackpot. If the design looks lopsided, that's a minting mistake, and collectors love it. Even though we're talking about the 2008 D penny, some rare versions don't have the D at all. That's like a VIP pass to the world of rare coins. If you see weird raised bumps or cracks on the penny, it might be from a damaged die. These flaws make the coin one of a kind, and collectors go crazy for them. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but how many of these million-dollar pennies are actually out there? Well, the US Mint produced billions of pennies in 2008, but only a tiny fraction have these rare errors. That's why finding one is like winning the lottery, except you don't have to buy a ticket, just check your spare change. Speaking of checking change, let me tell you about the time I almost threw away a valuable penny. A few years ago, I was at a coffee shop, and I got some pennies back as change. Being in a hurry, I almost tossed them into the tip jar. But something made me stop and take a quick glance. One penny looked different, a little off-center, a small crack near the date. I shoved it in my pocket and later found out it was worth a few $100. Now, imagine if that had been one of these $1.3 million 2008 pennies. I'd still be kicking myself today. That's why I always say, check your change.so. Now that you know what to look for, here's a quick step-by-step guide to spotting a potential gold mine in your penny jar. Some errors are tiny. Is it doubled or blurry? Check the date and mint mark. Is the D missing or off-center? Are there weird cracks or raised bumps? If yours looks odd, it's worth checking out. If you find a suspicious-looking penny, don't just assume it's worthless. Take it to a coin expert or use an online price guide to see if you're sitting on a fortune. Okay, let's say you hit the jackpot and find one of these rare pennies. What next? Well, you've got options. Online auction sites are great if you want competitive bidding. Sometimes, a nearby shop can offer a quick sale. Coin shows, meet collectors in person and negotiate the best price. If your penny is truly valuable, getting it graded by PCGS or NGC can increase its worth. So, there you have it, folks. The 2008 D Lincoln penny might just be the most underrated millionaire maker out there. And the best part? You don't have to dig through ancient treasure chests, just your pocket change. Now, I have a challenge for you. Go grab your penny jar, check those 2008 D pennies, and if you find something that looks promising, let me know in the comments. Who knows? You might be the next lucky collector to cash in big. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding valuable coins hiding in plain sight, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another money-making tip. Hey, coin collectors and curious minds. Imagine this: you go to buy a coffee, hand over some change, and the cashier just casually hands you back $1.4 million. Well, not exactly, but what if I told you that a simple 2002 no mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth that much? Yep, a single penny that might be sitting in your pocket, your car's cup holder, or, let's be real, under your couch cushions. Before you rush to flip over every penny you own, stick with me. In this video, we're diving into the story behind this rare and valuable coin, what makes it worth a fortune, and how you can spot one in your own collection. And hey, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I drop weekly videos on coins worth serious money so you don't accidentally spend your fortune on a vending machine snack, alright? So let's break this down. The 2002 Lincoln penny isn't exactly ancient. This isn't some dusty relic from the 1800s. It's a fairly modern coin, which makes the fact that it's worth so much even crazier. Most pennies from 2002 have a mint mark, either D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. But some pennies were minted without a mark, and those, my friends, are where the real treasure lies. And now, you might be thinking, okay, so a mint mark is missing. Big deal. But here's the kicker: mint errors like this, especially on newer coins, are super rare. It's kind of like finding an unopened first edition Pokemon card from the 90s in your old shoebox. They exist, but they're few and far between. How did it happen? One theory is that a few of these error coins slipped through the US Mint's quality control. Maybe someone at the Mint was having a rough Monday, or maybe they were too busy planning their lunch break. Either way, these rare no mint mark pennies made it into circulation. But here's the real shocker: one of these 2002 no mint mark pennies was sold at auction for $1.4 million. That's right, more than a brand new Ferrari, a luxury house, or a lifetime supply of tacos. Look under the date. If there's a little D or P, sorry, that's not the jackpot. But if it's blank, you might be onto something. The highest values go to coins in pristine, uncirculated condition. If yours looks like it was run over by a shopping cart, it might not hit the $1 million mark, but it could still be worth something. A quick personal story now. Let me tell you about a time I almost threw away a valuable coin. A few years back, I was going through my old childhood piggy bank, because why not? I was hoping to find some quarters for the laundromat. Instead, I found a weird-looking penny that just didn't seem right. It was shiny, looked a little different, and for some reason, I decided to Google it. Turns out, it was a rare 1995 double-die penny worth hundreds of dollars. And to think I was about to toss it in the Coinstar machine for a few cents. Since then, I always check my change, and now I'm here to make sure you do, too. Alright, folks, that's the scoop on the 2002 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could turn you into an instant millionaire. So, next time you get some change back, take a closer look, because your fortune might literally be in your hands. If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to learn more about rare coins, valuable pennies, and how to turn pocket change into serious cash, subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more tips coming your way, and now go check your pennies, and if you find one, don't forget to let me know in the comments. Alright, picture this: you're sifting through some old change, maybe a jar that's been sitting on your shelf for years, and bam! You spot an old penny. Just a regular, worn-out Lincoln cent, or so you think. But what if I told you that one of these could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million? Yeah, you heard that right, a single penny that could buy you a house, a fancy car, or enough tacos to last you a lifetime. Today, we're diving into the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the most valuable pennies out there. I'll tell you what makes this coin so special, how you can spot one, and why collectors are willing to drop serious cash on it. Plus, I'll share a hilarious story about the time I almost spent a valuable penny on a vending machine snack, biggest mistake of my life. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be running to check your couch cushions for hidden treasure. Well, in 1972, the US Mint had a bit of a hiccup. Some pennies were struck with what's called a double die obverse error. Basically, the coin's design was accidentally stamped twice, causing a noticeable doubling on Abraham Lincoln's face and the lettering. It's like the mint was trying to give Honest Abe a blurry, ghostly twin. This error makes the 1972 penny super rare, and collectors absolutely love rare mistakes. It's like finding a misprinted Pokemon card, except instead of cardboard, it's cold, hard cash. Alright, so let's say you've got a 1972 penny in your hand. How do you know if it's the jackpot coin? The best place to check is the date, the word Liberty, and In God We Trust. If the letters look like they have a shadow or appear doubled, you might have something special. This means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use mint marks back then. If there's a little D or S below the date, sorry, that's not the $1 million one. Not if your penny looks like it survived a war in someone's backyard, it might not fetch top dollar. But if it's in pristine condition, you're looking at some serious cash. Okay, I promised you a personal story, so here it is. One of my biggest coin collecting regrets. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, completely starving. I reach into my pocket and pull out some change, not thinking much about it. I pop a penny into the vending machine to get a bag of chips, and as the bag drops, I take another glance at the coin slot. That's when I freezed. I panicked. I tried to reach my hand into the coin return slot like a raccoon, but it was too late. Someone else walked up, grabbed my change, and walked off. I'll never know if that was a rare 1972 double die penny, but the thought haunts me to this day. Moral of the story? Check your change before you spend it. A 1972 double die penny in circulated condition? Anywhere from $100 to $1,000. About a 1972 double die penny in near perfect condition? $1.50 million. That's right, if you've got one in top-notch shape, you're sitting on a serious goldmine. So let's say you found a possible jackpot coin. What do? Take it to a professional coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm it's legit. The big money buyers hang out at places like Heritage Auctions and Stacksbowers. eBay and coin forums can be great, but be careful, scammers are out there. A great place to get your coin appraised and maybe even sell it on the spot. Alright, let's do a quick recap. The 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with a double die error can be worth up to $1.5 million. If you have one, don't spend it on chips, trust me on this one. Instead, get it checked out and see if you're holding a small fortune in your pocket. And if you love learning about valuable coins and how to spot them, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I drop videos like this all the time, helping you turn pocket change into life-changing money. Also, leave a comment. What's the coolest coin you've ever found? Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're digging through your pocket change, maybe looking for a quarter for the vending machine, and boom, you spot a penny. Nothing special, right? Just another 1-cent coin, or is it? What if I told you that a 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth a whopping $1.6 million? That's right, one little copper-colored coin could change your life. Today, we're diving deep into this crazy coin, breaking down why it's worth so much, how to identify one, and what to do if you think you have one. Plus, I'll share a personal story about a time I almost found a valuable coin. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well. So stick around, hit that like button, and let's get into it. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2001 Lincoln penny was minted in massive numbers. We're talking billions, yes, with a B. Most of them came from the Philadelphia Mint, which doesn't use a mint mark, Denver, marked with a D, and San Francisco. So what makes this particular penny worth millions? It's all about rare errors and unique variations. Some of these coins were struck with a double die error, meaning the design appears slightly duplicated, making them super collectible. Others were struck on the wrong metal planchet, like being accidentally made on a dime planchet instead of a copper-plated zinc one. These errors can send the value through the roof. Before you go flipping over every penny you see, let's talk about how to identify the jackpot coin. Here's what you need to look for. This means Lincoln's face or the words, "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" look slightly doubled. If the coin looks thinner, lighter, or a different color than a normal penny, it might be struck on a dime planchet. If your coin looks fresh out of the mint with no scratches or wear, it could be a high-grade collectible. Weird lettering or misalignment. If the design looks slightly off-center or the letters appear stretched, you might be onto something. Now, let me tell you about the time I thought I found a jackpot coin. I was at a flea market digging through a box of old coins. My heart almost stopped when I found a 2001 penny with no mint mark that looked super weird. I showed it to the guy selling the coins, trying to play it cool like, "Oh, this old thing might be worth a little something." He leaned in, squinted at it, and said, "That's just a normal penny, buddy. 5 cents and it's yours." Okay, let's talk numbers. If your penny has one of these rare errors and is in perfect condition, collectors have paid up to $1.6 million for one of these. Even if it's not the rarest variety, some versions with minor errors can still fetch thousands at auction. Get it verified. Take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you if it's the real deal. Check recent auctions. See what similar coins are selling for so you know what to expect. List it for sale or hold on to it. If prices are climbing, waiting might pay off. But if you need quick cash, selling to a collector or at an auction could be the way to go. There you have it. That little penny sitting in your change jar could be worth millions. The next time you get a 2001 no mint mark Lincoln penny, take a closer look. You never know, you might be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I post weekly videos about rare and valuable coins, plus insider tips on how to find hidden treasures in your pocket change. And hey, if you've ever found a valuable coin or even thought you did, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into another jaw-dropping coin that could be hiding in your pocket or that old coin jar you keep forgetting about. Imagine finding a simple penny that could be worth $1.7 million. Yep, you heard that right. A 1991 Lincoln penny has fetched that kind of cash, and today, we're going to break down why, what to look for, and how you might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Now, before we get into it, I have a quick question for you. Have you ever accidentally spent a valuable coin? Because I have, and let me tell you, it haunts me to this day. More on that in a bit. But first, let's talk about what makes the 1991 penny so special. So, what's the story behind this penny? The 1991 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Now, normally, these pennies are just worth 1 cent, maybe a few bucks if they're in pristine condition. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these pennies were struck with rare errors and high-quality details that make them extremely valuable to collectors. We're talking about things like double die errors, off-center strikes, and the elusive full red luster that makes a coin look like it just rolled out of the mint. If you have one of these rare error coins in the right condition, we're looking at 6 or even 7 figures in value. So how does a penny go from being pocket change to a millionaire's dream? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The 1991 penny that sold for $1.7 million had, meaning Lincoln's face was doubled in certain areas. This means the penny was kept in near-perfect condition, with no fading or darkening over time. Making it unique compared to regular pennies. Combine all of these factors, and suddenly, collectors and investors are willing to pay big bucks to own a piece of history. Alright, now let's get to the fun part. How do you know if you have one of these gems? Here's what you need to do. This isn't just for Sherlock Holmes, you're going to need it. Look at Lincoln's face and the lettering. If anything looks doubled, you might have a double die error. If it still has that bright copper red glow, you could be holding a high value coin. If the image or rim is slightly off, that's a good sign. Weigh it. A normal 1991 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If it's off, it could be an error coin. Not if you spot anything unusual, don't spend it. Get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Accidentally spending a valuable coin? Oh yeah, this still stings. A few years back, I had a 1972 double die penny, a coin that was worth over $10,000 at the time. But did I know that? Nope. I used it to pay for a pack of gum. A pack of gum. I don't even remember what flavor it was, but I do remember finding out later what I had done. Check your change before you spend it. That 1 cent might be your retirement plan, and you don't even know it. So, what have we learned today? That a 1991 D Lincoln penny could be worth $1.7 million, and that mistakes like spending rare coins on gum are painful. But most importantly, you should always check your coins because you never know what you might have. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post videos on rare coins, hidden treasures in your pocket, and strategies to make money from coin collecting. Plus, I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever found a valuable coin? Drop a comment below. Hey everyone! Imagine this, you're digging through your couch cushions, searching for some spare change, and you come across a 1976 D Lincoln penny. You're about to toss it back in the pile, but wait, what if I told you that one of these pennies is worth a whopping $1.8 million? Yeah, you heard that right. Today, we're diving deep into the 1976 D Lincoln penny, what makes it so valuable, what errors and features to look for, and how you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. So grab your coin jar, and let's see if you're about to strike it rich. A little history lesson, with a twist. Alright, let's set the scene. It's 1976. The US is celebrating its bicentennial, disco fever is in full swing, and people are rocking bell bottoms like it's a national requirement. Meanwhile, at the Denver Mint, millions of Lincoln pennies are being struck. Most of them are just regular old pennies, but hidden among them are a few special ones that collectors would do anything to get their hands on. And now, I know what you're thinking, it's just a penny. What's so special about it? Well, let me break it down. Some of these 1976 D pennies have rare errors, like a double die obverse, where the date and lettering look slightly doubled. Others have off-center strikes, missing letters, or even the wrong planchet, meaning they were accidentally struck on a different type of metal. Worth 1 cent. But a 1976 D penny in mint condition, no scratches, no discoloration, sharp details, can be worth thousands, even before errors come into play. Some pennies were mistakenly struck on a silver planchet meant for dimes or bicentennial quarters. If you've got one of these, congratulations, you've basically hit the coin collector's jackpot. Okay, time for a personal story. A few years ago, I was at a garage sale and found an old jar full of pennies. The seller said, just take 'em for $1. $1 for a whole jar? Deal. I took them home, dumped them out, and started looking through them. And then, I kid you not, I found a 1976 D penny with a weird shine to it. I got excited, pulled out my magnifying glass, and saw what looked like a doubling on the date, but here's where I messed up. Instead of getting it authenticated, I showed it to a friend who said, it's probably nothing. So, like an absolute genius, I spent it. Yep. One day later, I realized I may have just used $1 million penny to buy a bag of chips. If you think you've got something valuable, don't spend it on snacks. Get it checked. If you have a 1976 D penny, set it aside. The D means it was minted in Denver, and that's the one we're looking for. Check for errors. Use a magnifying glass and look at the letters and numbers. If they appear doubled or stretched, you might have a double die error. If Lincoln's bust looks a little off-center, that could also be valuable. Weigh at a normal penny weighs 3.11 grams. If yours is lighter or heavier, it might have been struck on the wrong planchet, which means it could be worth big money. If it's shiny, well-detailed, and has no scratches, it could be graded as MS65 or higher, which increases the value dramatically. Where to sell your rare penny? Alright, so let's say you've checked your penny, and it looks promising. What's next? But be careful of scammers. Where big-time collectors go to bid. A great place to get a second opinion. To get your coin officially graded and valued. So, what's the moral of the story? Check your pennies. You never know if you've got a hidden fortune in your pocket, your couch, or even at the bottom of your old piggy bank. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I post regularly about rare and valuable coins you might have sitting around. So don't miss out, and hey, if you do find a rare 1970-60 penny, don't spend it on snacks, learn from my mistake.